Hey there, what's up? I'm Dr. Tony, SLP, and you're listening to How to Be Seen, the podcast where a supportive community of marginalized women, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and creatives empower and inspire you to become successful in your life and business by showing up dripping in authenticity. If you like real, honest, raw advice from a self-love practitioner and a collective of women who've done the work, you're in the right place. I'm so grateful to have you here. All right, let's jump in. Welcome, Karishma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Definitely. So if you will, and if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself and just briefly tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay. My name is Karishma. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I call myself an empowerment coach, success coach, depending on how you want to frame it. I help female entrepreneurs double their businesses and get at least 10 hours back a week, and really helping them do the internal work that is needed so they can show up, shine, make the money, create the time freedom, and really be the legacy that they want to be for their children and their families.
Okay, nice. All right. So what exactly was the pivotal moment or experience that led you to pursue this path of empowerment or success coaching?
That is a great question. For me specifically, I always feel like our experiences are what allow us to create the shifts in our life, to be the experts to help transform other people's lives, and especially as a coach. So for me, I actually came into my business 4.5 years ago. I got super burnt out. I was really, quote unquote, successful in my corporate career, so much that they gave me more work to do, leading me to massive burnout while I was helping senior leaders get out of burnout and maximize productivity. So here I was in the receiving end of it. And I could sit there and blame the company, blame the culture, but I can tell you today, it was really me and my stuff that created all of that. So I left my corporate role 4.5 years ago, came into entrepreneurship, desiring time freedom with my children, my twins that were 7 years old at the time. And one thing led to the other. My coaching business takes off. And I hit a 6-figure sales month within the first 6 months of being a coach. And what happened was, as I made that 6-figure month, I saw my ex-husband, who was in the house, my husband at the time, my ex-husband now. And I saw that with every sale, with every win, even though it went into our bank account, I could see his energy shifting. I could see the depression that he had worsening. I could see the anxiety all over his face. And, we just know the people that we live with inside and out. We know when something's not right. And I saw him in basically my success brought up his inadequacies or his perceived inadequacies, because nothing's wrong with him. He thought everything was. And my successes brought up his insecurity about not being a successful business owner. And every business that he had tried in the past had failed. And so because we're intuitive, very empathic beings, we all are as human beings, and I think women especially are very sensitive to these things. I didn't know what was wrong. I just knew that within 4 weeks, not even, I found myself back in my room, not able to get out of bed for at least 7 to 10 days. Now in this business that I love, chronically burned out. And when all of this shit was hitting the fan, I just did what I knew to do, which was to grind harder. But the grinding harder didn't solve it. It actually fostered the burnout now with this business that I love. And it really kind of brought me down to my knees going, but it's not the business now. I know it's what I want to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know it's what I love to do. What else is there? And it turned out I found the mentor that I had, and he asked me, I told him I wanted to go on my business. And I wanted to get back to barely making 4 figures now after hitting like 6-figure a month ago. And he asked me, what's wrong with your marriage? What's going on with your marriage? And I was like, I don't understand I don't understand the connection.
Right.
And basically it was all about me not being safe within me to be abundant, to be seen, to be valued. And because I wasn't safe to be abundant, to be successful, and I know this now, I didn't know this then, it basically forced me to redesign my business and, more importantly, do the inner work so I could. And then my 7-figure business came after that, after the inner work that really allowed me to own my worth and value, show up as a true CEO, support 150 other entrepreneurs to do the same, helping them create the businesses that they love, along with the time freedom that they truly desire, and then to love myself enough to walk away from a very unhappy marriage, and then to eventually come to this amazing relationship that I'm in today. So really to like sort of have it all, but really coming down to my knees and going through the really depths of the lows to like find myself again and to fundamentally learn to love myself and really honor myself from the inside out.
Hey there, ladies. Life can be a lot. The deadlines, the demands, the constant hustle. Sometimes it feels like you're running on empty. But what if I told you there's a space just for you, a space to sip, mingle, and recharge? Introducing the Happy Hour Social Series by Be Seen Social. Every Thursday evening, you'll join an amazing group of women for a 6-week virtual experience unlike anything you've ever tried before. This isn't just another workshop. This is a safe space expertly curated for women like you. So head on over to BeSeenNetwork.com to sign up today because your happiness and your health matter. Okay, now back to the show. Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So what exactly is empowerment or success coaching?
So it's not for everybody, but I'm telling you what it's for. It's for those of us that I know want it all and we don't want to settle. And on some level, we don't know what's wrong, but we know that we're not living our fullest potential. And how do we know that? Because we're not getting the results that we want. It might be financial results, or it might be I'm not getting the connection that I want. I don't have the feeling, I'm not enjoying my relationship. I'm not enjoying my time with my family. My health is a mess. So when we see the results of that, empowerment to me means I take onus and responsibility for my life. So that means I can no longer kind of play the victim card. And I was really great at the victim card, but I could blame my ex-husband, blame the society, blame economy, blame everybody. But it's really taking that onus back to myself and saying, I'm creating my own reality. And if I have this power to create this like jacked up version of reality, I also have the power to create the most amazing reality. And empowerment means really taking my power back and like claiming it, owning it, and then doing the deep inner work, which is really uncomfortable. So you can really create a new definition of success. And for me, success isn't just abundance. It's abundance and health and relationships. And I feel like sometimes, a lot of times, we think, especially as women, I can't have the amazing relationship and have the amazing business, or I can only have the amazing business and not have the amazing relationship. But why is that? And it's really like, where are you settling? Where are you telling yourself you're not enough? Where are you telling yourself you don't deserve what you really want? And what does it look like to get to the other side? And that's for me what empowerment means, of like taking that responsibility and doing the work so that you can create your version of success on the outside.
It's interesting you said that. I actually recently got a glimpse of 2 actresses on a reality show having a conversation, and one of them being a little older and wiser. And she mentioned that you can't have it all, or at least not all at once. And I wanted to challenge that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, but says who?
Right.
And what does God want for you? And does God tell you that you can only be this and that? And I used to think that, even though consciously I didn't think that, but deep inside I did think that. And therefore I had the successful business for a while and the crappy relationship. Or it's been both ways, sometimes more than others. But ultimately, that is something that I think we should challenge and say, okay, like, since you truly believe that, how is that showing up in your life? And is that what you truly want? And I guarantee the woman would push back and say, no, I actually really want it all. But it's that belief and that thoughts and how she's being that's perpetuating that way of thinking that I'm sure is creating certain results in her life that are not positive or don't feel good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So could you walk us through what a typical session might look like with a new client when they come aboard?
Yeah. So new clients are really fun because there's, they come in, a lot of times people come in and they have like this huge wish list of like, I want this and I want this and I want this and I want this. And then I usually go back to like, I call my $1 million question. And my $1 million question is, what do you really want? And, I know that where you put your attention, your intention is really what grows. And they may say, hey, I want peace. And they might also tell me on the flip side, I want the magical relationship and I want the $1 million business. And I'll ask them, well, what do you really want? They want peace. What does peace look like in your business? And then what they might describe to me may be very opposite of what they will, so it's like, you want the $1 million business, you have $0 today. Well, in order for you to get to $1 million, you're going to have to put a little bit of like work, elbow grease to like ramp up the system and make sure that growth is sustainable. And that's the external work. But then the internal work is, okay, where are you not believing it? What is happening to perpetuate the opposite belief? And then my intention is to help them see their roadblocks. You say you want financial freedom, you want your business to work for you, you want something scalable, you want something, and where are you holding yourself back? What are the beliefs and thoughts? So my intention is to always help my clients go inward. And at the end of our like coaching relationship, however long that is, I want to give them with the fundamental foundation. Because if your foundation doesn't believe that she's really worthy of a 7-figure business owner, because that's what's safe, you're going to do everything you can to perpetuate the opposite. You're going to do everything you can to create a world, a universe where you're comfortable with the $10 activities. And my job is to push back and to help them really come into alignment with self from the inside first, so they can show up and create the $1 million business on the outside after. But you got to be in alignment inside, because if we're safe in the $10 club, we're never going to hit the 7-figure mark. And if we do, we're going to sabotage it all, because it's not safe to be successful. It's not safe to be seen. And here we are talking about being seen, which is
yes. I love it. I love it. So what specific tools or techniques do you use to help, I guess, your clients find their inner strength?
I have a lot of tools under my tool belt as a coach, but for me, the biggest thing that I have found to be the most valuable is helping people see themselves and helping my clients learn the tools so they can truly own their worth and value, so they can truly love themselves. And I believe it's the radical self-love and radical self-acceptance that we're able to put light into ourselves and able to be that manifestation of abundance that we want on the outside. Like being able to look at myself, see myself, do the inner work, which is what I empower my clients to have, so they don't have to go to a healer, spend $15,000. I'd rather you have the tools so you can be empowered to be the most confident, the most abundant, the most prosperous businesswoman while feeling peaceful, while feeling joyful, while being excited and purposeful in her business every day, because that's invaluable. Like the foundation to create that lucrative business and life that you want.
So how can our listeners start to cultivate empowerment in their own lives?
The first thing I would tell someone, and I literally had a client I was talking to this morning about this, it starts with being selfish. And the word selfish is given such a bad rap in society, but selfish is to focus on self. And it's like a fundamental shift of, if I own who I am, and if I truly believe that I'm abundant, if I truly believe I'm like deserving of 7-8 figures, it's about being that super attractor. Like your energy reflects that, because you are worthy, and now you're not chasing things, you're attracting things. Mm-hmm. And the businesses come, the clients come, the deals come, allowing the abundance, showing up purposefully so you can allow everything that you want. Let go of control and trust the process.
Right. Surrender. Yes.
Surrender. Yep.
Definitely. So with all the work that you do and all the folks that you diligently help in your business on a day-to-day, what does self-love and care actually look like for you?
For me personally?
Yes.
I am very diligent about my me time. Me time comes first. I'm a mom of twins. I'm a single mom. Mm-hmm. So you got to be so intentional about carving time, and you got to make it a must. So this morning, specifically, my kids had orthodontist appointments, and we had kind of more activity in the morning than we normally do on a school day. And woke up early, set my alarm for 25 minutes earlier. I did 15 minutes of meditation, gave myself that, let me get out of bed slowly, got a 30-minute walk in, woke them up. I'm like, okay, they need 30 minutes to come down, took a morning walk, got my exercise in, and then I was able to focus on them. But for me, I need to meditate. I need to just center myself, close my eyes for 15, 20 minutes a day is a must for me, at least in the weekdays. I'm really disciplined. And then I try to like exercise or move or just get my blood flowing in some shape or form. But for me, it's like I cannot fill from an empty bucket. And especially when I'm serving clients, I'm showing up in opportunities like this, my rest of my day is like focus outward, but I need to focus inward here so that I can show up and be the best version of Karishma.
All right. That's right. Fill that cup up and share from that overflow. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming through and having this conversation and spreading your light and wisdom with our listeners. So hopefully we will have you back again sometime soon. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
When you're in alignment, your values, beliefs, and actions are in harmony with your true self. Now, the best part about living in alignment with your true self is that your goals and desires can lead to a sense of fulfillment. You also have the capability to improve your overall well-being, which can help make you more resilient. And lastly, living in alignment with your true self can give you a sense of purpose, which can help you live a life that's meaningful and in line with your aspirations. So I encourage you to get clear on who you truly are at your core and allow yourself to really decide on what you want from this life and then immediately run towards it. And if you're looking for some inspiration and support, come on over to bcnetwork.com. That's B as in boy, the word C, the word network, altogether.com, and sign up for our next happy hour social series. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. Until we meet again, fill your cup first and share from the overflow. Spread love and light wherever you go. See you in the next episode. Bye. Hey there! If you enjoyed the show, head on over to bcnetwork.com to join the community. Please make sure to follow and rate the show. Feel free to go ahead and take a screenshot to show you were listening and tag me on Instagram at bcnetwork. Let's meet and connect so I can show you some love over there. Thank you so much for being here. Light and love always. Be well.